What happens when human curiosity goes too far? What happens when a scientist tries to play God? Today on Storyscope, we explore one of the most haunting and powerful novels ever written, Frankenstein, also known as a modern Prometheus. This legendary Gothic novel was written by Mary Shelley when she was just 20 years old. Her parents were intellectual giants, philosopher William Godwin and feminist pioneer Mary Wollstonecraft. Mary later married the romantic poet P.B. Shelley, who even helped write the preface to Frankenstein. But here's the most interesting part. The idea for Frankenstein born during a ghost story competition with the famous poet Lord Byron. And from that challenge, one of the greatest horror stories in English literature history was born. The story. The novel begins with explorer Robert Walton, who is traveling towards the North Pole. He writes letters to his sister Margaret Saville about a strange and tragic man he rescues from the icy wilderness. That man is Victor Frankenstein. Victor begins telling Walton a terrifying story from his past. Born in Geneva, Victor was obsessed with science. At the University of Ingolstadt, he studied natural philosophy and chemistry, but his curiosity turns into dangerous ambition. Victor secretly conducted an experiment and succeeded in creating life. And the moment the creature opened its eyes, Victor was terrified, horrified. He abandoned the being he had created. Rejected and alone, the creature turned into a monster driven by pain and revenge. Soon tragedy followed. Victor's little brother William Frankenstein was murdered, and an innocent girl, Justine Mortis, was wrongly executed for the crime. The creature later confronts Victor and demands something shocking: a female companion, someone like him, so he won't be alone in the world. Victor begins the work, but at the last moment, he destroys the second creation, and that decision unleashes pure revenge. The monster kills Victor's best friend, Henry Clerval, and on Victor's wedding night, his beloved Elizabeth Lavenza is murdered. Heartbroken and consumed by guilt, Victor spent the rest of his life chasing the monster across the frozen Arctic. But the hunt ends in tragedy. Victor dies from illness and exhaustion, and in a haunting final moment, Walton sees the creature crying beside Victor's body. The monster, filled with regret, disappears into the icy darkness, planned to end his own life. The message: Frankenstein is more than a horror story, it's a warning about unchecked ambition, about the danger of scientific power without responsibility, and about what happens when humans try to control life itself. Victor's final word says it: happiness lies in tranquility and avoid ambition. And that's the tragic story of Frankenstein, a tale of science, loneliness, revenge, and regret. This is Story Scoop, where stories come alive in just a few minutes. Until the next story, keep reading, keep imagining, and keep discovering the power of literature.